Earlier today, me, 14M, and my family went on a road trip across the country for a vacation. It was going to be a 5-hour journey, so we had brought a lot of food and water so we didn't have to keep stopping for anything. For context, my dad was driving, my mom was in the passenger seat, my brother, 16M, was on the other end of the seat from me in the back, and my sister, 13F, was in the middle seat at the back next to me. About 3 hours into the trip, I had to pee really badly, to the point I was really desperate. Not sure why I decided to wait that long, that's definitely my fault, but it's what I did. Anyway, I asked my dad if we could stop somewhere so I could pee, to which he said there wasn't really anywhere to stop nearby and that I just had to hold it for about a half hour maybe. So I waited about 10 minutes before I was at a point where I had to pee right then, or I was gonna end up peeing myself. I said out loud that I had to go right now and it was an emergency, but my dad responded saying the road literally can't be stopped on since there's nowhere to pull over without blocking the entire road. TBF, he was right. A few minutes go by and I can't hold it any longer. I tell them I'm going to pee myself right now, and my dad finally says to me if I absolutely have to go I can pee in an empty water bottle. I didn't really like the idea of peeing right in front of my family, but they assured me they wouldn't look and would just let me get on with my business. I agree, as I don't really see any other option at this point. There isn't much space at the back of the car, so to try and make enough room for me to do it, I kind of turn so my back is partially against the window so I can get my knee up on the seat. I just wanted to pee right then and there, so I grabbed the bottle, everyone looked away, and I yanked my pants down and went for it. Now, important to note, as gross as this is, but it's necessary to explain the situation, I swear, the bottles had very small lids, to the point I was sure there wasn't any way I could fit my dick inside to help with aim, so I figured all I could really do was just try to aim the stream into the top hole and get it in that way. Once I started going, it was working as I would have hoped until the worst thing possible happened. We hit some kind of bump in the road and it made the whole car bump with it. The bump and also the awkward position I was in and the fact I didn't have my dick in the bottle at all made it so as soon as we hit it, my stream moved and was now missing the bottle. But that's not the worst part. Because of the angle I was at, me missing the bottle now meant that I wasn't just peeing on the floor but was now also peeing on my sister's leg. Almost immediately, she turned around and looked at me and immediately saw what was happening. She screamed at me to stop, which I tried to do as fast as possible, but the damage was done. Now everyone in the car was looking to see what was happening and why she was screaming, and they then realize what happened. The car has mixed reactions, with my mom and sister rightfully angry at me, and my dad and brother dying of laughter over it. My mom then handed my sister tissues to clean herself with and she calmed down a bit but was still extremely mad at me. At this point I still had to pee what was left and went to start going again but was told absolutely not to by everyone in the car, so I had to hold it until we got to the rest stop, which luckily was fine because I'd peed enough that I wasn't as desperate at this point and could hold it for another 10 to 15 minutes. No one has stopped talking about it all day and I'm now seeing why it's funny, even if I feel like an asshole for it, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I apologized and that was that. Probably the worst experience I'll ever have on a road trip.